Connecticut's Back to School Authority is sponsored by Yale New Haven Children's Hospital, one of the best in the nation.
School funding disparities revealed in lower-income school districts across the state. A new report says Connecticut's method of school funding puts more financial strain on the districts with the most need. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is joining us now to break down this report. Mike.
Yes, and Aaron, of course, the simple answer would be to simply just take some of that money that's maybe going to towns that don't need it and make sure you're directing it to some of the distressed municipalities that need it more. But this has been a problem for some time here in Connecticut, and of course the issue is finding a solution.
The cost of addressing student needs run much higher, and property values tend to be lower.
A new report from the Boston Federal Reserve Bank says Connecticut's school funding formula is broken. The report, done with the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, says certain costs and needs are overlooked when distributing funds. Those include accounting for poverty levels in single-family homes. The report compares Hartford and New Canaan, saying Hartford's level of poverty in single-family homes result in higher costs than New Canaan. The average school district spends roughly $15,000 per student, according to the report. Hartford spends $16,500, New Canaan $18,900.
And those students demand incredibly expensive services compared to suburban communities.
But districts like Hartford need services to help students from homes with lower income or where the primary language is not English. To get to state average on testing, the average school district spends roughly $15,800. Hartford would need to spend $24,300 per student, nearly double the $13,000 New Canaan would need. The legislature did approve adding money to the education cost-sharing grant and changing the formula to help distressed towns. Those changes will phase in over the next decade.
You want to talk about changing different parameters? We could have that conversation. But I think it is something that is objective, real, and honest.
But CCM wants to add $900 million, a difficult task when the state is facing projections of multi-billion-dollar deficits each of the next 3 years. Another solution would be to simply shift more money to distressed districts, but that's easier said than done.
That's the number one concern that all my colleagues are going to have. If we do any changes, how is it going to affect my community?
Now, Senator Doug LaPorte says that there are solutions that wouldn't cost additional funding. Some of those include more diversity in hiring and being more selective with professional development, things that studies have found help with the performance for all students. Live from Hartford, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.